What is up? So, we're a few months into using the Chroma Console, and I've been coming up with different effects for different reasons and different, sounds. So here's one that I made that's just a little compressor. So character, what I've gathered, again, changes the character of the sound, right? So drive is going to give it more of a boost, and that's going to be more for like, bass or anything like that. Sweeten is going to compress the sound. It's going to compress the sound. You probably might not be able to hear it much right now, but this is what it's going to do to a groove kit. Now that's with the pedal on. This is with the pedal off. Do you hear the difference? Making it just so if this was the wave, I really hope we can like edit the.
No, I'll edit the graphic.
Awesome.
I'll make a graphic.
Awesome. So let's just say like it's a wave, a regular wave. Now, compressing it is gonna kind of like make it a little bit more tighter, and so there's not as much volume. This is without it. Yeah, and so that's just one effect I have. But here's just one example of using a reverse along with the pitch setting on this pedal. So I changed it to an EP, and this is what it sounds like with that. It's very muffled. So here, we're gonna take off the filter. And now let's hear it. It's less muffled, but still kind of quiet. So now, let's just play a little bit with pitch. I'm gonna add that a little, and actually I'm gonna take it there. All right. So we put the pitch up to regular. So this is like the original sounding pitch. And now with the reverse, it has a cool little effect. Still don't know how to tame it though. But yeah, this effect pedal is so much fun to use. Highly recommend it if you're looking for different sounds, especially if you want to plug it into a keyboard or anything like that. That's been my main way. It's really fun. Highly recommend. We're gonna make our own setting. So here, let me get some fuzz. Let's see what the fuzz sounds like. Perfect for like guitar, if you want to add some fuzz to a guitar. On piano, it's not really what I'm looking for. And this is how. And this is swell, so it's going to kind of cause the sound to, swell, right? One of my favorite things to use is vibrato, because if you add this and filter, typically you can get kind of like a lo-fi effect. It's really fun to use, but too much of it can make it sound just kind of wonky. So we're going to turn it down a little, and now let's play this. Now let's add reels. Reels is kind of weird. I still don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's in the manual, and I did read that like when I first started, but it's been a few months. So, at least from what I can gander from reels, is it's kind of like a delay effect, and most of the diffusion is going to be kind of like delay effects itself. But what reels does is it's kind of adding almost like chorus to the sound. Also get this. Watch. So I add the mount all the way. Now there's going to be some feedback. You might not be able to hear it, but it sounds really, really cool. And this is what it sounds when you play. And then if I play with the time, it really adds like that little bit of flavor of like effect, which is really cool. We're definitely going to use this on waves. Now let's just play with the textures. So textures are pretty cool. So the first one is filter. And so what that's do is it can either cut off the high end or it can cut off the low end. And so now we're on the low end, and watch and listen to it as it goes up. And now we're at the high end. Okay, let's play with squash. Now squash, I'm going to be honest, I really haven't used enough still. I really haven't found a good use for it yet. Because it just kind of, like how the compressor compresses the sound, squash just makes it sound kind of ugly to me at least. If you want that brash kind of sound, that's what you're going to use squash for. Cassette is kind of fun, but too much of it can add a little bit of damage. But the cassette is pretty much giving it a cassette filter, and what that means is it's giving it like almost that effect that it would have if the music was being played on a cassette. Let's go to broken. Broken is kind of fun also. So at random intervals, it's going to just kind of play with the sound, kind of make it glitchy. But too much of it gets really wonky. So you always want to add just a little bit of that, at least in my opinion. It's like a broken record. And last is interference. Similar to broken, it's going to add just at random intervals, just random interference to the sound. And here's what it's with a lot of it. It kind of sounds like, you know, the pedal is broken or something like that, but no, that's a part of the sound, which is kind of cool. I always add just a little bit when I'm playing with interference, so it just gives it like a random little bit of uncertainty. Cascade, again, in diffusion, which is kind of like delay or just giving it more chorus. Here's what Cascade does. It's really cool. And also, if I tap the tempo, it's going to go to that tempo. Here's what you do with a lot of Cascade. It's going to be kind of crazy. Just like with reels, it's going to have a lot of feedback when you turn it all the way up. If we go to space, that's actually just adding more reverb more than anything. So here's space. And here's a lot of space. Sounds like it's in a room. And then there's collage, and I'm going to be honest, collage is another one I have not used a lot of. I haven't really found or utilized it in the right way just yet, so I've been kind of holding back on collage on this pedal. But here's what it does. It's kind of similar to Cascade.
Is it a pattern delay?
Yeah, it's more of a pattern delay. It's just like has it in, it's going to repeat the notes, but in just different patterns, which is really, really cool. If you want like, almost like a minimalist effect. Oh, actually, that's actually kind of cool.
Did we just discover the intro of waves?
I'm going to record that. Okay, that's really cool. All right, we might have to end the video right there just to play with this. That's actually awesome. But anyway, now reverse. Reverse is pretty self-explanatory. See, this pedal does wonders. This is really cool. You just find something new. I should have used collage a lot more. But yeah. So that's just a quick little rundown of the different effects and what they do. If you have not yet, you should definitely check out Hologram Electronics and their pedals. Chroma Console, I love it. I really do love this pedal. And there's a lot of other reviews out there probably raving for this thing. It does wonders, it really does. And I'm still figuring it out as I go. So I'll probably have a few more videos when I, discover something crazy. But yeah, so this is just a short rundown.